Yu-Gi-Oh! The Card Game Chronicles Episode 3 is here. Slight recap, I really dug the Sky Striker ones. As long as you keep in context what these are, that these are meant to be shorts, meant to kind of give your favorite archetypes a little, context and maybe see some cool factoids and some neat stuff about them. I think these are a lot of fun, and this one continues that. We are now on to the Dogmatika, the Fallen of Albaz, the thing that made Yu-Gi-Oh! Not super fun for a while. I really hate going up against Despia, even still today. But, once again, like I said, this is so much fun. First up, this opens with Dio! We open with Dio playing that one Dogmatika dude that Voiceless Voice likes to use to mess with your extra deck or whatever. I don't actually know a lot about Dogmatika. For those of you who may not remember, this archetype came out in Rise of the Duelist, which was like one of the sets that I feel like a lot of people didn't pay attention because it was during the pandemic and lockdown, and there was no locals, and I actually did not follow what was going on in the competitive scene from the minute the pandemic started to while things started calming back down again in like late 2020, early 2021, in which case I came back to the game playing Virtual World because I think that deck's really cool. So I don't really know a ton about these cards. Especially because, obviously the Dogmatika never really took off as its own deck, and Fallen of Albaz was basically sitting there tapping his foot for a year before the infamous branded structure deck came out, making the deck unfair and ruining the meta, in my personal opinion. I'm not bitter! But anyways, yeah, so we open with fucking... Shut up, phone. We open with Dio saying, you, Ecclesia, are now our priestess, or whatever the fuck, and you look around, and what I like about this is that it looks very uniquely different from the Sky Striker one. The Sky Striker one was not a lot of talking, not a lot of interesting backgrounds, not a lot of detail, basically just two girls Yuri baiting it up in a desert. Whereas this is such a big city, and you see all this detail and all the other monsters in the lore just kind of being there, existing, making it feel like a cohesive piece. I also really like the acting in this. I thought the acting in the last one was fun too, but when Ecclesia and her sister, I didn't even know that Night Dude was a chick. Is that in one of the lore cards? I didn't know this. When they start talking, you do kind of feel like this is an older sister and a younger sister, and the younger sister is still kind of new to everything, and like she says, naive but strong and kind. I thought that was really fun. I thought that was really neat. I love they were just allowed to have a conversation. It allows for these to feel unique and different, yet the vibe still feels very much like we're still in the world of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game Chronicles. Are these all the same world? I have no idea. Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore does not make a lot of sense, people. But anyway, so they have a nice conversation, and then shit gets loose. The sky opens up, and the one dragon you just send off for branded fusion. Again, I don't know if this thing was an actual good boss monster when the deck first came out. Again, like I said, did not play that format. But the first dragon comes out, and the older sister just goes full-on night mode. And again, that's what I was like, wait, you're a chick? Goes up and slashes the fuck out of that dragon and kills it. Oh, and I just like the fact that you see what looks like people walking in the streets with the helmet on. They talk about being the Stigmata and all this stuff. I'm correct. Stigmata is Dogmatika's Japanese name, if I'm correct. But yeah, and it is nice to see Ecclesia. One problem I always had with Ecclesia when it came out, I think, and maybe it's just me, I think she looks way too much like Rei. I don't know, that's just the way the cards make her look. Yu-Gi-Oh! Card artwork is famously always kind of tough to make out sometimes because the art box is so low unless you're a Rush Duel card, which we never freaking get around here! But yeah, I did like that she looked very different, she felt very different, the atmosphere was very different. All of that really made it feel unique and like its own fun thing. And then, of course, all hell breaks loose, and Ecclesia goes down to investigate and help with the maddening situation, where she runs into Fallen, who looks so cool. I love the spikes on the back. I love the detail in the face when he comes up, and he looks like this combination of angry but in pain, and I just love that final shot of the hammer over him and just what's going to happen next. I mean, if you played Yu-Gi-Oh! For 2.5 to 3 years, you know what happens next. But it's just so cool to see this. Again, I just love that thing of, because this one was allowed to have more talking, because we were allowed to have those simple scenes, you feel like you're in Ecclesia's head and in her mind when she's staring down Fallen, and she wants to be able to talk to their enemies and, like, reach a communication understanding. And also, I mean, let's be honest, Fallen is hot. I don't think anyone's going to deny this, but all in all, I am enjoying the heck out of these. I can't wait for part 2. It is so much fun. I've got no other discussion topic to put at the other end of the video. Honestly, I kind of got a lot going on right now, and I kind of want to talk about all the ending seasonal anime starting next week. So I kind of just wanted to get this out quickly, and also while the thing just came out so you can strike while the iron's hot. But what did you think about this? In the comments section below, give me your thoughts about this whole video, that whole episode. Were you into Dogmatika when it came out? I don't think I've ever actually met anyone who really cared about this deck. This was like middle of Adamancipator tier 0 bullshit, which kind of makes you wonder, did we miss a bullet right there? But give me your thoughts about that in the comments section below. And as always, click to like, click subscribe, and join me for part 2 of this awesome little short.